Hello guys, welcome to another blog video here in my village. Because right now I am in my village and but after some times I will start traveling another state, another country because I have applied my passport. I'm waiting for my passport. When I will get my passport, then I will start traveling entire the country because I have just one mission to travel entire this world. And I have started my journey because right now you can see around everywhere this is the field. It's a paddy field, and right now I'm in my village. I'm shooting a blog here in my village, and there are many people who is working, who is cutting a grass in the field. From this field it is so far, both are so far, but do you know one thing? It is so interesting, which is because farmers always do hard work, always try to hard work in our field. And this time it's a paddy season is going on, but I want to share with you one story which is occurred in last night. Do you know one thing? Last night here in my village it was raining heavily, but not so long time, not for a long time. That's why yesterday I spoke about this place. This place is struggling for a water. You can see this place everywhere. You cannot find a 1 liter water in the field. It is a very bad news which is coming from Bihar. Right now I'm in Bihar village and I'm trying to explore something about my village. And you know one thing here, everywhere is greenery and everywhere is peace, because the greenery is a nature will give you always peace, which is so interesting. But do you know one thing? Yesterday when I came here, the time there was many children who was playing here and they were party, but that party converted into very dangerous thing because two boys who is admitted in the hospital because of fruit poisoning, because they were just below 10 years old and they drank alcohol, they consume alcohol and they eat a meat, and after that he got admitted in the hospital. But I want to share with you one story. Another is here, this place you can see what a beauties are here, what a moment of this time, because it is evening time. That's why I'm always try to come here, not all the time, but I always try to prefer here to come here because this place is so nice. And you can see this is a small garden where has so many plants, varieties of plants. That's why I like plants, I like greenery, I like nature, because I'm always try to explore about our village. I'm always try to explore about our nature, and I'm always try to keep close. I'm always try to make some story, make some distance with those people who does hate of nature. But I like nature here. We must help nature, we must protect our nature, because nature is a big part of life. But here I want to show you the most things, and just keep watching this video. But here is, just look at here, everywhere is greenery, yaar, everywhere is greenery. But here is a borewell, here is a borewell, just look at here. This is a borewell which is used for water, and this in this field and in this field, and just behind of me there is another field. Here is a field, and just there is another field, Just near to this borewell, there are many fields has water, but in this field has not water. That's why everybody is waiting for water, which is so important for farming, because the paddy season need too much water for cultivating to grow his plants, which is so important. And nowadays it is not raining here in my village, but last night it was raining, but uh, not too fast and not heavily. That's why just drizzling, and after that they stopped. But today you can see in the sky the weather is so clean, and it is not, seems like it is not looking like a cloudy weather. And today temperature was also so high, above 45 degree. That's why I was not come out home, but just I want to explore more things here. But I want to show you another things which is so interesting. Just look at there. Here is my village school. This is a middle school where I used to come here for a study. This school is a very old. I think this school is above 50 to 60 years old. And this school is the oldest school of my village. And this is a school for Hindu boys and Muslim boys. Both can study, but most of the student who comes here for study in this school, whose background is Hinduism. But why? Because this school has not teacher of Urdu. That's why the most of the student who is belonging to Hindu religion, Hindu background, that's why they come here to study. That's why I always used to come here for study in this school, and I did spend my whole childhood journey in this school. I did complete my 8th class from this school, and which was so fascinating, which was so amazing. But do you know one thing? After pass this school, after pass 8th class, I did start study hardly, because I knew that if I could not get study, if I could not do hard work for my if I could not do hard work for my study, then I'm not going to survive easily. Then I thought, no, I have to study hardly. And after that I went to in a college and took admission in 9th class. And after that I did start study, and today I can say I have completed my 10th class and 12th class. In the time I did complete my education in Hindi medium, but right now I was preparing for NEET examination for medical college. That's why I did change my language, and I did change my language Hindi to English. That's why. But do you know one thing here? There are many people who always try to come here. But do you know one thing? There are two people who is waiting for alcohol. Do you know? Is a alcohol is a beer, and which is banned in Bihar. But most of the people who will come here, they will come here in this place here, and they will buy a wine, they will buy alcohol, and they will drink, and they will return back to home, because this is the place where they comes every day. They come every day and they drink, and they will return back to home. But I want to show you the interesting thing, which is, you can see behind of me there are many women who is working here in the field, which is so fascinating. And you can see in this crop condition is so good, because You can see, wow, what a greeneries are here in this field. That's why I'm always trying to say, in a village area has a peace, yeah. Village area has a peace and you can see everywhere. But do you know one thing? Before paddy plants, in the field has plant of maize plant. That's why it is so good. And but do you know one thing here which is so interesting, but I can't go there because it is so long distance. I have to cover so long distance. That's why I'm going to turn, I'm going to stay, I'm going to further, and that's why. But do you know one thing? I want to show you the more thing which is so interesting here. There is a one garden. There is a one garden, and you can see there are many is plants and mango plants, the lychee plants, and flower plants also, which has so many is a flower on this plants, which is make us glad, which is make us so interesting. But here is a one hat which is not big, which is not too famous, but here is a hat, but nobody is living here, nobody is here living here, that's why. But there is also is a yellow flower plant, which is, you can see on this plant has so many flowers. And let's go further another place. And do you know one thing on this place? When I was studying in this school, the time this place has so many bamboo plants and so many varieties of plants. The time this place was so dangerous. This place was so dangerous, but this time it has cut it. It was so dangerous, and there were many type of plants here, but this time it has cut it by local people. And that's why here in my village, the most of the people who face a many challenging problem, which is high temperature, because nobody is trying to plant trees, but everybody is cutting trees. That's why we are affecting by more people, those people who has cutted the trees. But you know one thing, it is so interesting. Here you can see there is a jamun trees, which is so big, so large, and his height is above 50 to 60 feet. And it is this plant give us too much fruits, which is so tasty. And season time is a jamun season time. I always try to come here to collect some fruits of jamun fruits and to eat, because the jamun fruit is a very good for our health, for our beta cells. Because in our stomach, inside the stomach, there is a beta cells, which is produce insulin for our body to control our glucose level. And if you eat a jamun, then your beta cell will be active, and our beta cell produce insulin, and our glucose level will be maintenance, and we are not going to affected by diabetes. But do you know one thing? In our country, most of the Indian people has a diabetes. Why? Because of they have not a good lifestyle. Everybody is just running behind money. Everybody has a focus on work, but they don't maintenance our life. They don't focus on our lifestyle. They don't know how to manage our life. They take too much stress in our life. That's why they have got affected by a diabetes and many kind of disease. That's why I'm always trying to say, my dear brother and sister, life is just for a one time, and just please make our life for memorable, and just try to save our life for a long time, because there is nobody who will spend on us to make us strong, because nobody has a time. That's why I'm always trying to say, if you are athlete person, if you are a skillful person, if you are a well developed person, if you have a best quality in the world, there are many companies, they will sponsor to you, they will hire to you to work under our companies. But if you are not as skillful, if you are not educated, if you are nothing, then nobody is going to hire to you. That's why I'm always trying to say, my dear brother and sister, please work on yourself, which I'm doing. Thank you so much to clicking this video. If you are new over here, then you can subscribe this channel. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.